My God, that's a long story. Go ahead, do what you want. Everybody was against it. If I can help anyone,
That's the most amazing part of the job.
myself anywhere,
She is the reason why I also became model.
a captain of the ship can only be one.
So now we have with us Achla Sachdev, former model, a fashion show choreographer, and a diva herself. She started her career as a model coordinator, then switched to being an air hostess in an international airline, and then she started her own firm of fashion show production and choreography. Celebrating 30 years in the fashion industry, she is a name to reckon with. So I welcome the diva herself. Welcome to our show.
Thank you so much.
So tell me, how was your journey all about?
My God, that's a long story. Yeah, what do you really want to know? There's so many things in the journey.
So how did you start? How did you come up being a fashion show director?
Well, it was an easy transition because I was already a model, and I think I wanted to be a little more creative than just being a model. And so, in fact, while I was modeling, I started choreographing.
Okay.
Yeah, and that a lot of choreographers did not like. But that was okay. That is what I did on the side because I was enjoying it. And I had no idea at that time that I would eventually be a choreographer. But after a decade on the ramp, I was ready to move. Reinvention is super important.
That's true.
And then in year 2000, I quit and I started choreography. I set up my firm and I decided to produce and choreograph shows, which means a whole turnkey project, taking it all over. Because we already knew the sound, stage, lights, guys, and I was always very attuned to different genres of music. So for me, that is the best part of a show, sitting on the music and putting it together and,
Yeah.
It was nice. It was my passion, and so I went towards it.
So, how did you crack your first show as a show director? Because you were modeling and you were very good at it. You were the best. So, how did you switch? Were there any problems, difficulties, or did you know already that, as a fashion show choreographer, I have to do so many things? So, what was that one event that changed you from a fashion model to a fashion choreographer?
No, there is no such thing. There is no one thing that changes anyone. I think everything is a culmination of events and things. Like I said, from 91 to 2000, I was a model. So already by 94, 95, I had got offers to choreograph. And I had started that already. But that was on the side. It was for the Gem and Jewelry Council of India. I did a lot of jewelry shows. And in 98, I went to Basel to the International Jewelry show for India, for the Gem and Jewelry Council of India.
Wow.
So yeah, that was really a big deal with international models and everything. So I think I was veering towards it, but I really didn't understand that was going to be what I was really going to do. Because I was still modeling, and that is my first love and will always be. But then in 2000, I was like, okay, now I just don't want to model. Also, I was getting older, and I thought, this is it, you got to move forward. You can't be doing this all your life. You need something more stable. And also I wanted to be more in control.
Okay.
Because as a model, someone else is calling the shots. They are the director, and you do as you're told. I think I was ready to be a director.
Okay.
And using the whole creative space as my playground, like I say. Choreography is my playground. I enjoy playing with lights, people, clothes, fashion. It's a creative outlet.
So it's like a leadership quality that you have that made you fashion show director. So were you in school also like that?
No. I was a dud. Not at all. I was led a very simple life, didn't really go out, came from a simple family. We weren't allowed to go out. My first New Year night out was when I was 20.
Oh.
Yeah.
So how did your parents allow to, get into fashion industry? So what was your journey? I would like to know.
They didn't allow me at all. They didn't want me to be a model at all.
So how
I just wanted to do it. And I was like, and that too much later. I graduated. Then I was a model coordinator coordinator, then I flew with an airline. And after that, I decided to be a model. My sister was in advertising.
Oh.
And so she kind of encouraged me. She said, yeah, go ahead, do what you want. Everybody was against it.
Okay.
But I said, no, this is what I want to do, and this is what I'm going to do it, whether you like it or not. Let me just do it once. Let me just do it twice. And they did, and that was it.
And then there's no turning
Their
back.
mistake.
So you never planned to become a model. It was never in your...
No, not always. But yeah, I mean, after my airline stint, yes.
That's nice. And how was your work in airlines? Like, how did you switch from
I
airlines?
thought it was like what I really wanted to do. And I really went through a lot of interviews till I got my job. And I was like on cloud 9. I was like, yay, I reached, I'm going abroad, I'm going to have a ball. Within a year, I was bored.
Okay.
I was like, I'm ready to get served. Not serving anymore.
So once you started your journey as a show director, what were the ups and downs that you faced initial days?
I don't know. Actually, I did have it very cool, very smooth. I cannot say I had a rough time. The only rough thing I faced was when your colleagues still treated you as a model and you were not. You were their director.
Oh.
Yeah. So that was a bit of a thing. So I had to put up a little more stricter front because a captain of the ship can only be one.
Exactly.
And it has to be led correctly in the right path. And so I had to be a bit firmer on that to establish myself. But once they understood that, I'm only there like this when I'm working. But after that, we were all partying together.
That's nice.
Of course. That's normal, you have to make a balance. If I became too, also it was very sad that I couldn't be too friendly with models at that time, because suddenly everybody wants your favor.
Exactly.
And they want to be in your good books and all that. So then I had to be a little less friendly also. So I didn't like that.
Oh, okay, that's nice.
But I wanted to maintain my personal and professional relationships so that it should not be like that they become my friends and I have to put them in the show, etc. I don't believe in that at all. Two things should be separate.
Exactly.
I believe that if you fit the project, I will take you. If you do not fit the project, you can be my best friend. I won't allow it.
And that's a very
For me,
good
my
thing,
work
actually.
is first.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And since you said that your job is like you're the captain of the ship,
Yeah.
how many things do you have to manage like in one show?
Oh, there's a lot. It's great fun. That's the fun part.
So you start prepping from before, like many days before?
I'm very prepped. I'm very organized. I'm very prepped. I write everything. I'm very planned.
So
I don't
what's
leave
your
anything
routine
to
like?
tomorrow. Like if I get a show today, the models will be booked fast. I'll organize my dates, my fittings, my schedule. Everything will revolve around it.
Okay.
I get excited.
That's the most amazing part of the job.
I love the music production, sitting for the music, the fittings, putting it together. The whole process is fun.
Exactly.
It's really fun. And let's face it, our models are so beautiful and so lovely. And I've really met some really nice people. And I hate it when people talk against them. I get really mad because, today so many of them are my friends. And I've got, over the years, we've seen them progress. I went to their weddings and, they're wonderful people.
By the way, I would like to tell you all that she is the reason why I also became model. So in a way, she encourages people to, you encourage them to just come. Because I remember you said to me, Khushboo, come from Lucknow to Bombay. You should become a model. I remember that.
I think it is part of a senior's job to encourage people and make other people successful.
Exactly.
So in my days, I didn't have anyone who pushed me or whatever, and I really had to struggle on my own to be who I became. But eventually, of course, a lot of designers, choreographers supported me, but the struggle was my own.
Exactly.
And if I can help anyone and discover new talent.
Yeah.
I do that all the time. For 20 years, I've done that.
Yeah.
I've always encouraged new talent and made sure they go ahead.
I'm
It
happy.
makes me happy.
I am happy that I'm sitting here with you.
I'm proud of you. You did
Thank
so
you
well.
so much. Thank you
So
so
well.
much. So, apart from the things that you have done already, so many things, being an air hostess, fashion show director, former model, what else do you do?
I also was a VJ.
Is it? Where?
I did MTV, I did Music Asia, I had shows for 3 years on air, and
You did pageants also.
I did a lot
Yeah.
of pageants. Yeah, a lot of them. I did for Zoom, for Femina Style Diva, for MTV Style Diva. Because see, again, the part of nurturing new talent means you will nurture and groom people.
Exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
so it's a natural progression to share your experiences with other people and help them grow. That's life.
That's nice. But how was your journey as a model? I would like to know that personally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As a model, as in, I mean,
Like your ups and downs as a model.
oh, I had a blast. I had a great time. We worked hard, we partied hard, we traveled all over. I have no complaints. I swear. I just know that it was the best time ever.
Wow, that's nice. That's
Best.
nice.
Really.
Tell me about your moments when you're directing a fashion show and there is some mess up. And turned out to be the nightmare.
Okay, so a lot of events, a lot of shows have mess ups. For instance, there are event agencies who don't follow the brief. We've emailed things, and a lot of times I face problems in terms of, if an event agency was supposed to provide breakfast at a certain time or lunch at a certain time and they didn't do it, and then the models get upset, and that makes me upset because I believe this is my family for the day, and they must get food on time. I have had immense amount of fights for others.
Oh.
And with that, my name used to get spoiled. But I was so okay with it because I'm a very principled person. And I believe if we have to do things correctly, what one would wish for others, for myself, I wish for others.
Exactly.
And if everybody's hungry and they're working since 8:30 in the morning, the least we can do is make sure they're fed well. So those things irritated me a lot. And I fought for my models a lot for that reason.
And which is a good
And I
cause.
lost shows after that with that client, but I was okay with it. I don't care. Because principles have to be followed.
Exactly.
Then I didn't like some people not coming on time. That got me mad.
Okay.
If things are not ready, if you reach and the stage is not ready, or if a model's come late, I'm a very time-bound person. I follow timing.
Yeah. That I just saw.
I value time. So where did I learn that? I learned that when I was with my international airline.
Okay.
And that was at a
Which
very young
airline
age.
was that?
Pan Am.
Wow, that's nice.
So it was a very young age, right? So what you learn and what you see, you kind of imbibe it. And I wished to imbibe the value of time in everyone. And some people liked it and some didn't, but I don't care.
No, but that's professionalism, and
It
I
is.
think this is the reason where you are today. This is the
I
reason
don't know,
behind
maybe.
that. Yeah. What was your most amazing moment? Like the best show of your life?
हो ही नहीं सकता ना इतने सालों में. I mean, so
Like
many
it touched
years.
your heart. Something that touched your heart.
So many years, so many
Just
shows.
tell us one or two something
Oh,
out of
God.
a box.
I don't know, there were shows with Neeta Lulla in Dubai, which was fantastic because we tried a wedding show, and that was the first time we added fun and drama on stage.
Wow.
In the year 2000 to 2010, no one did drama and fun on stage. It was a straight walk or choreography or whatever. I'm the one who started this in 2002.
Yeah.
And I got a lot of people saying, oh, what is she doing? Was she making a dance today? Everybody's doing it.
Yeah.
I was just ahead of my time. That is all. But I always did what my heart
I love your
pleased.
honesty. Sorry, I love your honesty.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It is what it is. That's all I say. Like I said, creativity cannot be bound by rules.
Exactly.
Just a walk I can close my eyes and do. But if you have to make a concept, you have to make music that way, you have to plan your clothes that way, you have to plan a compare that way, everything is like a script. That gets me excited. So that show got me very excited, and a lot of people like Gohar Khan, Vidyu Jamal, all were in that show. And we did a full on, like a sagai, from the time they met till the time they got married. We did a whole scripted show.
Wow.
It was very tough with rehearsals, and also it was interactive because we got the bridegroom at the wedding kind of thing. We also did it at a wedding.
Oh.
Once, yeah.
That's
We repeated
nice.
the show a couple of times because it was a hit. And so we also got them involved, and it was so much fun.
Wow,
Fun.
that's nice.
Fun is the key word, dude.
That's nice.
It has to be there.
Okay. So who inspires you in this industry?
Who inspires me? I don't know, different people. Designers inspire you first because with their creation, with their collection, then the music inspires you. Then there are, out of say 15 models, 2 will inspire you
Yeah.
because of what they can deliver.
Yeah.
It's not like they're your favorite. It's what they understand and they deliver. And so they inspire you to make them do better. And then, of course, you have to inspire yourself every single day.
Exactly.
Because if you don't wake up motivated and inspired, you can't do that to anybody else.
Very true. But how was this COVID situation for you? How do you think this has impacted the industry, our fashion industry?
Yeah. So obviously there was no work. I didn't work for 2 years, and that was the first time in so many years that I wasn't working.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I'm a very optimistic person. Luckily, one is in a stage of life where we don't have to work for money. You know, because when you are younger and you have aspirations to make a home or you're paying rent, you have a problem. So I'm lucky that way. And I started my Instagram show. I did a live chat with I didn't want to be out of touch with my fashion industry. So I interviewed models, designers, and had a live show every week, all of 2020.
And that kept you occupied.
It kept me happy, kept me occupied, besides the housework, which did not make me happy. But I learned a lot of cooking, which I guess everyone did, and I baked like everybody did. That was fun. That was fun. But I kept myself inspired, reading, and I don't think I had ever so much time to watch television, and there were great shows.
That's nice.
So I enjoyed myself thoroughly. Actually, I didn't have a bad moment. But last year I got bored.
Okay.
You know, I was like, okay, now can you move on, please? So I started traveling.
And what about your views on the virtual shows that started happening, in the COVID time?
Yeah, it was like an advertisement. It's like a commercial. You're like watching an advertising commercial.
Yeah.
But I guess it works for the designers because they still need to sell their clothes. But and it worked for some models because they were working, but I don't like it.
Okay. Personally, you like with the audience and all.
Obviously,
that's
obviously. Who doesn't like a live audience? It's like instant coffee.
True. Anything that you would like to tell our, upcoming show directors who wants to make their career in this? Any advice? What should they do?
I think improvising, being a lot more creative is super important. Also models, I feel, just having a good body and being tall and slim is not enough. I feel you need to up your skills a little bit more with maybe a bit of more expressions, or change your style every year in terms of your hair or your walk or a certain, I don't know, something more. You can't be the same as you were last year. You have to up the game.
That's true. And I heard also that you're grooming models.
I do.
Yeah.
I do. I do groom newcomers. I train them. I also do personality development. I teach them to have more confidence. It's nice. Like I said, I've always been nurturing. Looks like it's natural progression for
Exactly.
me. Yeah.
So as a show director, what do you think is the most important thing in the show? Apart from lights, music, of course, models, what is the most important thing that you have to do as your homework?
Okay, so I like to do. You'll be shocked. I wake up and in my subconscious I'm putting my choreography together. I actually get visuals.
Oh.
Yeah, I do. Because, some things when you are so deeply involved in, like if I've done the fittings and I go home and I make my cue sheet and the visuals flow. And I have even woken up in the morning with the whole thing in my head and it's flowing. And I get up and I write.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm fully involved.
That's
a little crazy,
nice.
but
And post your show, do you watch your shows?
Do I watch my shows? No.
Once done,
I know
it's
what
done.
I've done. Why do I need to see it? I want to move ahead and do the next thing.
Exactly. So what's your next plan to do? Where do you see yourself in 5 years, since you've done a lot of things
I
already?
never saw myself anywhere in 5 years. Tell me next year what's happening.
Tell me next year what's happening.
I don't know.
But you have done everything now. What's your next plan?
No, I love doing what I'm doing, and I'm happy to train. I like grooming and training, whether it is for pageants or whether it is even people who are non-models. I work on their personalities. If they're introverts, I have a program for them where I help them get out of their introverted state. I've developed all these programs.
That's nice.
Yeah, so I do that.
I'll see you post this interview for a few tips. Okay. So I got to know that you've done a show at Times Square.
Yeah, can you believe it?
I can't believe it.
It was the most surreal experience of my life. It was for IIFA. It was 2017 or 2018. I mean, New York is New York. First of all, Times Square, every tourist in the world is there. And then we had a stage there, and there was Shahid Kapoor and everyone, and of course the models. We only used international models, and Falguni and Shane Peacock were the designers. And we had a show in the middle of Times Square. It's a dream come true. Like, I don't think it's ever going to happen again. It is just fantastic.
Wow, that's nice. And I also got to know that you did a show where there were 55 sequences and you did choreography for all of them differently.
That's right.
How?
I don't know.
What do you eat?
I don't know. What do I dream? There were 55 sequences. It was a design college show, NIFT in Mumbai. And I only rehearsed from 8 in the morning to 1. But I had come planned with each sequence, and I had 4 sets of models. So I went cut because I already had it written, and they were all different from one another. In fact, the newspapers covered it and said that this is a feat no one's achieved.
Wow.
Yeah, it was huge for me too. I also couldn't believe
so
eventually.
Did you prep for it like for weeks ago,
No,
or it was
2
just
days.
Spontaneous for you?
No,
2 days.
I planned. My choreography was written. All the 55 was written.
That's amazing.
And then I just came and said, do this, do this, do this, do this. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to finish the rehearsal or put up a show at 7 p.m.
Exactly.
The show was at 7 p.m.
So early also,
yeah. It was quite a feat, and I felt very proud.
Wow, that's nice. Even I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
This thing.
Thank
Nobody
you.
has ever done that.